Use what you want, do not apologize. See, this phrase could be applied to pretty much every video game out there that involves any form of multiplayer, or heck, actually, never mind, even some single player games. Use what you want, don't apologize means exactly what you think it means. It says it in the phrase itself. Use whatever you think is necessary, don't apologize for using it. This phrase comes into play when it comes to multiplayer games specifically, because depending on the way you play in a video game, people are always going to find a way to bitch about how you play the game that you paid for. See, I just recently adopted this mindset when it came to games like Destiny 2, where when you playing a video game the way you think people are going to find acceptable, it's just not a good way to play a game or a good way to enjoy any game out there regardless. So I'm going to give you my reasons on why this is the #1 rule that you guys should be following when Sparking Zero releases in about a couple weeks. Why am I even telling you guys about this to begin with? See, this phrase hits different for me because this is one lesson that I learned in my old game that I used to spend thousands of hours playing, Destiny 2. This mindset completely freed me from the unbelievable amounts of rage I would feel playing this game, because it just completely opened up the entire sandbox, the entire game, in terms of weapons and armor sets I could use in order for me to basically get the one up on my opponent. And I feel like this is the perfect mindset you guys need to adopt when you play Sparking Zero. Do not let anyone tell you what character you're using makes you a shit player. It doesn't matter. You play what you think is fun and what you think will help you win. This is definitely going to be an issue when Sparking Zero releases, because I can already see the amount of people bitching about some people using Ultra Instinct Goku, Super Saiyan Goku, or Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Ultra Instinct, fucking heck, even Super Perfect Cell when he comes back and terrorizes the game again. And to those people that are going to play those characters when this game releases, you need to take this phrase, this quote, to heart. Use what you want, don't apologize. It is not up to other people to GA, or what people typically call a gentleman's agreement, on what characters you can and cannot play in a game that you paid your hard-earned money for. So this is one of the reasons why I follow this phrase so liberally now, is because it limits what you can do in the game, even though there's no reason for you to ever limit yourself in a game like this. These characters are put in the game for you to play, regardless of how strong they are. So, in my opinion, it doesn't really make a lot of sense for you to not play them if they're super strong, or if they're your favorite character, because someone's salty that you beat their ass with that character for the 3rd time in a row. And let me let you guys in on a little secret. It is not your job to feel bad or the game that you paid money for. To really drive this point home, I'm going to pull up a video on one of my favorite content creators from the Destiny 2 scene, Fallout Plays, explain his idea or his thought process when it comes to using what you want and not apologizing.
In a few discussions I had had with both Crucible Radio and other Destiny content creators, a growing trend was found in that sometimes after a game, players on the other team would message things like, "Hey GG, I follow you on YouTube or Twitch, whichever. Glad I got to play against you. Sorry I was using blank." You know, whatever was strong at that time in Destiny. Thorn, shotguns, whatever, fill in the blank really. Basically, players felt the need to personally apologize to Destiny community members that they happened to bump into in PvP, because they were worried that if they didn't, then they'd be looked down on or even made fun of for using certain weapons or tactics that some players in the community had openly mocked or hated on. We'd basically found out that every time each of us got a message like that, we'd reply with something along the lines of, "Well, why are you sorry? You're just playing with what you like, or you're just playing to win, who cares? It's not a crime to play with the goal of winning if that's what it is you want to do. If you're a gamer, you can either play to have fun, or you can play to win. Both are fine. You're perfectly entitled to do whichever you want. At the end of the day, it's your game, and you're allowed to play it the way that you want to. If you're playing PvP and someone on the other team lashes out at you for, using a gun that they don't like, or playing a certain way that they don't like, whatever that reason might be, that's not something that you should be ridiculed or feel shame for. Either you're playing that way because you find it fun, or you're using it to try and win the game, and there's nothing wrong with either of those things.
Hopefully Fallout explained this perfectly for you guys. Whether someone messages you online and ridicules you for using a super strong character like UI Goku, just pay no mind to it. Just remember, you paid for this game. If you're playing to win, use the strongest characters. If you're playing for fun, you use whoever you think is fun. It doesn't matter if they're trash or if they're good. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, whether you're using the strongest characters or not, they still have to fight you. And I guarantee you this, as soon as they're done fighting you, they're gonna switch over to a character that's super overpowered. I promise you that. So that's gonna be what my one rule. This is like a prelude to my next video that I'm gonna be making on what teams I'm gonna be using when it comes to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero's multiplayer. But that's really all I have for you guys today. This is just a quick video, and I'll see you guys later.